Disclaimer, photosensitivity warning. Yes, in a TTRPG review video, I'm serious, I'm not joking. Hypermall Unlimited Violence, by Rat Bastard Games, is definitely what taking a battalion worth of combat-grade amphetamine feels like. Set in a world where capitalism has conquered death and it was the worst fucking thing ever, you play as a sad worthless meat fuck that's sick of your miserable unending life. So you take up an assassination app called Slaughter TM so you can at least get a steady paycheck and flexible work hours by killing people for money. If you wonder why that sounds so familiar, wonder no more. Also, this TTRPG actually partially based its system on Troika, so if you are familiar with Troika, you will find yourself at home, just a home covered in subscription-based services and literal shits, which are usually the same thing these days. In Hypermall Unlimited Violence, or HMUUV, or HMUUV, we just gonna call it HMUUV. In HMUUV, when you do something, you roll a number of d6 equals to your relevant stat, plus skill, plus or minus relevant passion if any, and you want to roll as many 5 and 6 as possible. As rolling badly means you suffer the consequence and getting stressed, and rolling good means you can do great damage, even with a tiny shitty handgun. The better you roll, the more d6 you can throw at your target. And that's basically everything you need to know on rolling, so let's talk about who you can be. Much like in Troika, in HMUUV, you can play as numerous fucking freaks, each with their unique set of skills, abilities, and peak hilarity. This includes but not limited to Psychic Detective, I have no mouth and I must crave, Literal Police Pig, where is this X-File theme coming from, Hamburger Artisan, Cruelty Squad Protagonist, Priest of the Consumer, Five Nights at Go Fuck Yourself, Libertarian, while you were hanging out with friends I studied the blade, Crab, be very fucking afraid, The Gang Member, Police Included, Killer Vending Machine, Baseball Star with a full page dedicated to what team you support, and worst of all, the British Parliament. Each of these backgrounds provides you with three things: skills, gears, and sometimes, something rather special. Skills are, well, skills, you use them when they are relevant. Some skills do some rather special things at some circumstances, you should read up on them. Gears are stuffs you have, it might not even be an actual object, it might not even be useful, and with the right background, you sometimes get the special section, which is basically a unique rule that only apply to the specific background. Like how the flesh bag has their organs warped in strange ways so sometimes bullets just don't hit you in a bad spot, or how the cryptovoyant can deal death damage instead of meat damage through psychic power because of their crypto worm brain shit, or how the hog hunter don't know what the internet is, lucky bastard. Oh yeah, psychic power is a thing, so is mutation, some backgrounds give them out for free right at the start, we gonna talk about that later. Other than providing what I already have mentioned, the background also provides you with a passion, basically what you love or hate judging from your background. You can pick another two as you create your character. These passions can both improve and worsen your role depending on the situation, but only one passion affects a role at a time. No matter what background you rolled or picked, it's just gonna be funny as hell because no amount of past TTRPG experience will prepare you for playing whatever hell you will be unleashing. So let's talk about combat. There's three types of combats, each dealing damage to different things: regular combat, social combat, and financial combat. Regular combat is just shooting and beating the shit out of people, it deals damage to meet threshold, and each time anyone attacks successfully, roll on the to hit location, you can get some painful hits in if you roll a 6. Reaching your meat threshold means you die. Unfortunately, things are not over for you yet, as you are simply reborn in the nearest Christ, or Karen Holographics Resurrection Immortality System tube. This gives you 1 debt for the revival, same cost for your daily living cost, and also potentially gives you a resurrective quirk, and by potentially, I mean 99% of the time. Most of these changes are thankfully not permanent, but by that I mean you need to die to get rid of them. Some quirks are unfortunately, very permanent, very dangerous, and very funny. You do not want to roll high here. Social combat is just berating each other like you and your opponent are on Xbox Live playing Call of Duty. This deals damage to stress threshold, and reaching it means you lose your shit. Normally, I don't really like this kind of mechanic. I'm already an anxious paranoid mess in real life, I do not need to be one in my tabletop game too, but the fact that I can do the same thing to my enemy is absolutely fucking hilarious. It's also very funny to me that other than rolling miserably, you can gain stress from various horrors. This includes working. You can also reduce stress by not working. Financial combat is not beating each other with money, otherwise the millionaire will win every time. What it really does is financially outmaneuvering your opponents. This includes just plain stealing from other people's wallets like a fucking CEO. This deals damage to debt threshold, and reaching it has severe consequences to your character. Yes, dying and mentally breaking down so hard that you see hell are both better than defaulting your debt, because defaulting your debt risks you getting killed permanently. You might be asking why there's 3 kinds of combats. Easy, because it would be too easy for you if all you need to do is murder, after rolling for your target, when and where to do the job, all of which are just goddamn hilarious. You should read all of it. You also get the detail on what job you do exactly. Other than having to turn off Christ or finding spot where it won't work to kill the client permanently, oftentimes you have to do it in a specific way, like a drive-by, poison, explosive, false flag attack, shoot their dad first, nuclear thermal rocket the target first, seduce the target first, tell the target exactly what you will do before you take them out, live stream the whole thing, or just do the whole thing with 0 gears and 0 clothing. Sometimes you don't even get to murder the target, whether that's financially ruining the target, breaking the target's mind, delivering a goddamn pizza to the target, lethal force authorized on their security force, or just freaking Gom Jabbar. Needless to say, you definitely need more than just guns to deal with a lot of those scenarios. Creative thinking is the key here, which is where all the gears and psychic power and mutations come in. Let's talk about psychic power first. Psychic power is basically just magic. Learning it with non-psychic background is rather costly, and even then, you need the right skill to use it more than once per day, and even then, you still take meat damage when using psychic power. At least you can pick how much damage you want to take, I guess. But at the same time, a lot of psychic power can do more than just being a regular gun, like be a necromancer, open the gate to death dimension do not recommend, summon an angel do not recommend, bring the coldness of space to earth, remote spying, vacuum bubble, and teleport through hell, so it might worth more than buying a bigger gun. Most are more mundane than the examples I have mentioned, but they are probably more useful and less situational than the examples I have listed. Some power also have a requirement, like debt siphon, which lets you deal debt damage and fill up your wallet at the same time, but you need to engage your victim in a conversation relating to cryptocurrency or age of consent. So have you heard of this thing called Mushoku Tensei? Probably the funniest and also the most flexible power in the list is commanding voice, in which you say something and your target must perform it. Even on mixed success, you can still say one word, and did you know, shit, is a single word. Mutations are also another thing you can use to permanently enhance your character, simply by drinking some muta juice and hope you get one that fits you, though you have a limit before your body just can't handle more mutations anymore. You can also actually rank up your mutation as you level up, so they can actually get better, those that can get better anyway. The list includes gliding wings, permanent death vision, bullets generating stomach, prehensile tail, you can go halfway to be a 9-tails fox with this, frog limbs, just plain stronger, just plain tougher, immunity to poison, silent cat feet, be a chameleon, be static shock, personal flashbang, and just throw things really fucking hard. No matter the option you get, it's always a fun option. And now, the gears, but you probably just want to hear what sick weapons you are getting. There's your tiny pistol, grappling hook, politician assassinating lasgun, wrist-breaking shotgun, literal shit gun, laser rifle, syringe gun, anti-material rifle, literal piss gun. BFS recommends using their line of all-natural diuretics not included to keep your McConnell locked and loaded. Use of this product for fetish purposes is punishable under Code 8-12-7 of the Hypermall bylaws, and I will personally hunt you down. Teleporting gun, turbo Gatling chain gun, vortex cannon, cancer gun, and Henry Kissinger. This is not a segue for me to talk about the flamethrower. I just want to tell the man himself that I hope he's still burning in fucking hell, you fucking piece of shit. You also have sharp stick, really sharp stick, baseball bat, more weapon mods to upgrade your weapon, lots of explosives and drugs, body armor to protect your guts, and even goddamn exo mech, which are just goddamn armed powered armor, of which there's 3 in the game currently, and there will apparently be 36 more goddamn types soon coming in the future, so you can wreak absolute fucking hell on everything in your way. And that's basically it on Hypermall Unlimited Violence, a game about killing mostly rich people for money. So, when I make an intro video to an indie TTRPG, I often do it without telling anyone about what topic am I working on, so the release is often a surprise to those with their works getting reviewed, the feeling of which can probably be described as suddenly getting drop-kicked by a 60-ton mech. So, I'm very proud to say that when I'm reading this book, I'm the one getting drop-kicked. HMUUV is just pure vibe. It's astonishingly on point in so many aspects. It's also so fucking hilarious with its overwhelmingly dystopian setting, so dark and absurd that it looped all the way back around to be insanely funny. Like, for fuck's sake, this is the full inspiration lists the book mentioned. Anyway, you can get it now on itch.io, and the expansions for HMUUV is probably coming out eventually, which includes Freak Shit Catalog for 36 more backgrounds and gears, and Post-Human Blues for 36 more exomics, more mech gears, and expanded mech combat rules, and there might be even more planned expansions too, depending on how things pan out. There's also the Valentine bonus backgrounds, a free supplement you can download on itch, which contains the Lover, which has this fucking line in it, and Vellum Cherub, where you just play as a flying baby armed with a lethal weapon. That said, I also have to warn you that HMUUV isn't just not safe for work, it's also not safe for life and death, so only get it if you are into the vibe. Anyway, that's all for now, and I will see you all next time. Hello there, if you like this video, please subscribe to my channel and click that notification bell button. If you really want to support my channel, you could visit my Patreon page, or buy me some coffee, links in the description. Anyway, have a nice day.